You are most welcome to BTM Health with me, Kamara Daniel, every single Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. Well, it has been a quite long time. I really missed you, all my viewers. How are you doing? And you are most welcome. I hope the week series has been good and you are all doing better. Well, according actually to global report of UN, over 1,000 children die from diseases linked to unsafe water, sanitation and hygiene. You can imagine that 1,000 children dying daily due to water, sanitation and hygiene. This is a very big number. Suppose your children who succumb to water-related diseases, your relatives and so many more. So tonight we want to bring to you a senior specialist in environmental health sciences. With me tonight, Madame Narubiri Nora is already here in the BTM TV studios, and she will be discussing with us about WASH. What could WASH or water, sanitation and hygiene could be? What can people do at a household level, at an individual level, and at a community level? She will also be discussing with us what the government actually can do to improve on the children's health in relation to this global report according to UN. Thank you so much, and we encourage our viewers tonight to watch us streamed on our pages, Facebook, BTM Health, and Kamara Daniel. You should feel free to post your comment, your view, or your opinion, and we shall be getting back to you shortly. Madam Nora, you are most welcome to BTM TV studios. Feel free to introduce yourself, where you work from, and actually who you are.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamara. My name is Nora Narubiri. I work with Uganda Institute of Allied Health and Management Sciences, Mulago. I am a public health specialist and I'm a trainer. I'm very, very glad to be here, very excited. In Mulago, Uganda Institute of Allied Health and Management Sciences, formerly it was known as paramedical schools. That's where I work. I'm a trainer and I head a program of environmental health science. Environmental health sciences, where we train health assistants, where we train health inspectors, and these are the people that really deal with the water, sanitation and hygiene. Not only that, but majorly. That's where we concentrate. And actually tonight, I welcome all the viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Please join us as we present to you this important discussion.
Thank you so much, Madam Narubiri Nora. Once again, you are most welcome in BTM Health Studios, and we want to welcome you. We want to encourage once again our viewers to stream us live on our BTM Health Facebook pages at Kamara Daniel 3 Twitter handle, and you post your comment, your view, your opinion toward this, the water, hygiene and sanitation. As you've all heard from her, she's a senior specialist, and actually she's a good general practitioner for quite long time, and we have a senior. So tonight, just know all your needs are covered in relation to water, sanitation and hygiene. And we're also celebrating this day in commemoration to World Health Week, that Sanitation Week that passed of recent. And of course, you technical areas, we weren't able actually to come to you live and talk to you. So we are here for two special reasons, and that's why you are seeing our consultant in public health tonight with us. So Madam Nora, can you go ahead and tell us what WASH means in actual sense to an individual person watching from Bujiri district, watching from Kanungu district? You know, I come from Kanungu district, and it's one of the far to reach areas away from the capital, Kampala.
Yes, I also come from Rakai district and came here to train. I also worked as a health inspector in the field. WASH is an acronym, which is water, sanitation and hygiene. Okay. This is a strategy that was launched in 2004 at a global launch, which was in Senegal. It was declared for the world, for the whole world, as a strategy to follow, especially in disease prevention.
Okay.
in disease prevention.
So WASH was related closely to disease prevention.
To disease prevention.
So in 2004, it's when it was launched?
It was launched. However, even before, we concentrated also on improving sanitation and hygiene.
Okay.
But to strengthen, it was relaunched in 2004 in Senegal. And globally, the Global WASH Week is celebrated globally between 15th to 21st of March.
Okay.
15th to 21st of March.
That's why actually we were in those dates.
Yes.
And we wanted to celebrate it live here with our viewers, and we weren't able to reach out to them.
Yes, and globally, that is, however, in Uganda, it was celebrated in School of Hygiene in Mbale on 21st.
Okay.
On 21st of March. And we were still with it. We are still within a week. However, it still goes on. And the theme for this year was sanitation and hygiene for all as a key to disease prevention.
Okay, Madam Nora.
Yes, yes.
So during the celebration of this year and the theme,
yes,
which districts in Uganda normally face these WASH diseases?
Actually, if you look at the statistics, almost all the districts face these problems. And we have always encouraged our people. Sanitation, first of all, if a person has improved the sanitation, holistically, it is dignity.
Okay.
That's why we work hard towards empowering people to improve sanitation hygiene. If you look at the national statistics, sanitation is at 60%. However, I could find that there are some districts that are above that. However, nationally we are at 60%. And it is water, sanitation and hygiene.
About water? Yes.
So if you look at hand washing, it is at only 24%. And it has improved. It's actually improved in COVID because hand washing with soap.
Not the usual hand washing.
Not just wetting hands. Actually, if you have not used soap, you have just made the hands wet.
Do we necessarily need to use which kind of soap? This local soap?
Local soap, bar soap.
Okay.
The local bar soap that is available. Wash hands with soap. This hand washing has actually, it is the best strategy. And it has been, when you look at the statistics in improving COVID, all of us actually can bear witness.
It is true.
Yes, all of us can bear witness. And if you look at sanitation majorly, holistically, we look at sanitation majorly holistically.
Okay.
But concentrating major on hygiene practices that prevent diseases, to prevent diseases. If you look at Uganda today, the statistics will show that at least 33% of the children, actually 33, you'll find that children die of diarrhea every day. And diarrhea is a water-related disease. But how do the children get the diarrhea? Children get diarrhea from us, the parents, from the caretakers, from the water that they take. And that still gives us, it is our responsibility.
Okay.
Yes. If you look at WASH starts with water. Water. Access to safe drinking water. Access to safe water. That is what is very important. Water could be accessible, but is it safe for human consumption? Yes, that is what is very important. Then you look at sanitation. Sanitation covers very many of the components of sanitation. We look at excreta management. How is excreta disposed of? Excreta should be disposed of safely into latrines. In latrines, if you have a water carriage system, it is okay. But most of our Uganda now, we are majorly in a rural setting and peri-urban,
and slum
areas. So disposing of excreta safely in a latrine. You find that most of the rural areas and peri-urban areas of Uganda, 3 people out of 10 households, they don't have what we call a latrine.
3
out of 10 households.
You find that a big number.
It is a very big number. You find that most of the people have where they can dispose, just disposing of, but not what we call an ideal latrine, which has a pit plus a slab. It could be an improved slab, yes, where it has an improved slab, which has either sanitation platforms, the ones which they make, or it could be made out of logs. But when it has been properly rammed very well, then it has a superstructure, a well-made superstructure.
What is a well-made superstructure?
A superstructure is where, okay, people can make those structures out of temporary materials, reeds, mud, but they make a good superstructure.
Okay.
Then it must have the roofing, the roof, a good roof. Then privacy, such that when the person is there, when the person is using that facility, is really comfortable. Privacy. Not, people should not put the local, you see, people can get the varroas, of which eventually they use them as annual cleansing materials. Then that one spreads infection again. So then a hand washing facility, where a person can really, after using the toilet, can wash the hands from.
Like, how many families do you think in Uganda actually have the hand washing facilities?
In around you can find, okay, people have around 3 to 4 out of 10 households. Okay. But to find a household that has a functional hand washing facility, that is also another issue.
The practice.
Yes.
Bring the practice.
Yes, a functional hand washing facility. Some people just put the facilities and leave them there. Some of them put for visitors.
When you want to come and visit somebody,
exactly,
puts the things and you think they have been used.
Puts the facility and you think that it is there, when it is actually not functional. So, and actually, even when we talk about access to sanitation, having only, for example, access to improved sanitation is not enough. But it goes with behavior.
Okay.
Behavior.
What is behavior in wash?
In wash, for example, I can give an example here. If somebody has a hand washing facility, can wash hands with the soap, that is a behavior. If somebody has water, then this person has to boil water and take boiled water. So you find that the facilities could be there, but the behavior of the people to use, it is not there.
Okay.
It is not there. And that alone will not improve. It will not improve.
Okay.
Then also improving the hygiene practices, holistically, hygiene practices as an individual. As an individual. That is all in sanitation.
Okay.
Because it also has hygiene. How do you care about yourself as an individual? That is now hygiene. Look at your mouth. How do you care about your mouth? That is all hygiene. How do you care about your eyes? How do you care about your body? How do you care about what you put on? Is it clean? Have you washed it? Do you have water to clean the body? Because if we have diseases that come due to inadequacy, very little water to use. Then we also have diseases that come when water is too dirty. So there are those who have very little water, very little. They cannot wash. So you find they have skin-related diseases.
So, for example, in Uganda, which the prevalence of skin-related diseases to water?
The skin-related prevalence to water, it is almost 30%.
30%.
And you have seen, especially in the districts where they have very little water.
Okay.
Recently, we saw in districts where people developed skin diseases, scabies. And they were saying, where is it coming from? Do we have, and they were calling it a special disease. Until when public health specialists went and they health educated them. Okay. They said this is a water-related disease. Because when they were assessing the water sources that they have around, they were inadequate. Water was not enough. Okay? So when you also look at the sanitation, we look at also, like I said, we look at excreta disposal, we look at food hygiene also in sanitation. The food that somebody can eat, the food that people eat, the food may look, it may look good, it may have a very good scent, but when it actually has microorganisms.
Okay.
Yes, when it has actual microorganisms.
What's your advice to people on food handling? How should they handle food in relation to wash? In
relation to wash, people should eat food, first of all, that is from a known place, a place that you know, that really prepares food. When you look at the health inspectors and health assistants, they normally visit food processing plants. They also visit restaurants and in places where they prepare food from. Just to look at the food handlers, to sensitize the food handlers. Are they clean in the body? Do they have any infections? So in that case, I still encourage the environmental health workers to continue doing that work.
Okay.
And then to the consumers, don't only reach the restaurant and see that they have given me food, it has a good scent, when actually I don't know how they have prepared it. When they have prepared it, the water they have used to wash the plate which you are eating on.
It is always very hard for a person actually to find out where they have cooked from,
yes,
what they have used, because you are always hungry and very many issues. Thank you so much, Madam Nora Narubiri. For viewers who have just joined BTM Health, it's me, Kamara Daniel, every single Friday as usual, and I brought you tonight Madam Narubiri Nora. She's a senior public health specialist, and actually she's also a lecturer. She teaches people who want to be like her, and we've been seeing, actually according to the statistics that she has been explaining to us, that according to UN report, 1,000 children die daily due to water, hygiene and sanitation disease rated. So tonight she has been explaining that according to Uganda, 30% of diseases are rated to sanitation. 60, yes. Then according to Ugandan report, once again, we are at 60% in sanitation rated. So this is a good percentage, whereas that side is also a low percentage. So tonight we are still discussing about what could wash mean to a layman's person, to me, to you, to everyone watching us from all parts of the country, and actually how you can practice wash with a few resources that you have, with a little money, with a little land, with a what, because we are talking about toilets or latrines, or how can you construct it. She has actually talked about an ideal pit latrine, how it should be. She has talked about, you can use the local materials, you can use cement if you have, as long as you make it standard to what actually health inspectors recommend to us in the communities. And she has also talked about food handling, how these hotels and restaurants around that are roaming out very many times with food, that you should be cautious of the water that you use. But Madam Nora,
yes,
there is always this saying from the public,
yes,
that these local restaurants in slum areas make nice food.
No, actually,
compared to the big places.
Actually, that is not even very right. That is not very right.
Really?
And in most cases, what you have seen, if you have been very observant, what these people do, because some of them cannot afford to buy banana leaves to get materials which they can use in preparing food.
Materials.
You find they have the cavera, they have covered on food first, then on top they put like just one banana leaf, just to confuse people that they have used banana leaves when it is actually not right. Not right. So we encourage people who eat from restaurants. It would be good if you can have food from the places which you trust, because like you have said, food can smell and even taste good, but when it is not nice for human consumption. So here when we majorly look at WASH, we concentrate on disease prevention through better hygiene practices.
Okay.
Where you also have waste management is also important in sanitation and hygiene. Solid
kitchen waste,
solid
human
waste. When we look at, okay, it combines everything, but majorly what most of us, even the Ugandans, what they have done, what they have not done, is they have indiscriminately disposed of the solid waste. Waste that is solid, especially. They have also gone ahead to mix up the waste that is not supposed to be combined. They have not given special attention to consider waste that needs special attention. And you even find Ugandans that really have let me say, they have learned. They have learned this from school. They have watched. You find they have become selfish. Somebody gets such waste and he just throws it anywhere. To him it may concern, not considering like the children who will pick, not considering the end product of it, not considering what comes out of that waste. So when we also look at WASH, we have to consider the solid waste management right away from the point of generation. What you have generated, where will it end? If it comes a time that you don't really need it anymore, how are you going to dispose it of? So we start from generation, what you have generated. We have to collect that waste safely. Then you also have to dispose finally. Then also have before you dispose, you have to collect that waste. Collect it, then dispose it off safely. So that one is also important. We also, when we also come to WASH, we also look at vector, the vectors and the vermins, because if you look at most of the vectors, they breed in water. Like if you look at the malaria, if you look at the mosquitoes that transmit the plasmodium, they bleed in water. So what have you done at the house where you stay in controlling these vectors, in controlling the flies, in controlling the cockroaches? Because many of these mechanically transmit the microorganisms that cause these diseases, which can be even prevented. So that is also important. If you really have cockroaches in your home, cockroaches want to feed on our food, then tomorrow they'll eat, we shall eat. The food is not warm, we didn't cover. So we also have to control the vectors. Then we also look at
malaria and other malaria is connected to WASH. When a person observes the handling of water usage at home, the way it disposes water, it can also control it.
It can also control.
Okay.
Drainage.
So
You know,
WASH can actually give you the general health that you deserve.
the general health.
I have also observed that that public waste management, solid
Yes.
management, generated
Yes.
from the kitchen, generated from the, it is very, very hard to control, especially around the city, because today you wake up, there is no Kasasiro here, but
Yes.
in the morning you find when it has piled, and when you give it 2 days, the decomposition, when it is taking place, you cannot pass at the place. Even if you're in the car, even if you're in a border, the place can stink.
You are very right. That's why we're saying that access to sanitation is very important. It works hand in hand with behavior. Behavior change. If you dispose waste at a place where it is not supposed to be, you have left it there. For who? I always tell people, because you know, I'm an environmental officer, and for us, of course, our song major is feces, and I've always told my students, because I start with the students, if you have left a toilet or a latrine with feces on, whom are you expecting to
Clean
clean for you? If for you it is disgusting, what about the person who is coming again to use that? This one still goes to waste. If you dispose in front of somebody's house, in front of somebody's gate, really, whom do you think is going to remove that waste?
I visited some toilets at some offices and I found notices inside.
Yes.
Think of the next user.
Exactly.
Think of the next user.
Exactly.
I was touched. I was like, indeed,
Exactly.
we need to think of the next users in everything that you do. And I WASH, think of the next user. Think of your brothers and sisters who are coming, sorry, in that latrine, in that environment, without disposing of the Kasasiro, that's where you need. And actually this attracts more diseases, not only related to food and others, but also to the general well-being. For example, we've looked at malaria. Can you imagine malaria is also connected to the fact? Okay, for viewers who have just joined us, kindly stream us live on our Facebook pages, BTM Health at Kamara Daniel. Those are our Facebook pages, and also our Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Kamara Daniel 3. Can also tap into the Twitter account and drop your question. Your question will be answered directly from here, and your comment or opinion shall be read to the general public to know what you want to tell the public about WASH, and we supplement what we've been talking about. Well, we're going for a short quick break. When we return, we shall look at what can the government do in the cases of government in the aspect of the Kasasiro management, especially in slum areas and the general capital city where it has come on board that is too much. And also we shall discuss about the treatment of WASH-related diseases, and actually we shall also expose out the WASH-related diseases, and the most common at the individual and the household level in Uganda. Don't move the button away from BTM Television.
Since 2007, the Viga Music Awards recognizes and awards the most outstanding persons and achievements in the Christian ministry. Viga 23 is the 11th edition and will happen on Saturday, 1st April 2023 at Imperial Hotel, beginning 3 p.m. featuring performances by Kopi Blai, Betty Namaganda, Hamke, Justin Nabosa, the Air Force Army Band, and international worship artist Bill Newton, among others. Entrance is 50k silver, 100k gold, and 2 million for tables. For tickets, dial *291# FlexPay. Viga 23 is sponsored by Yo TV, Pangomat, UPRS, Claret Women, and BTM TV.
Are you doing business? Is it on small scale or large scale? Do you want to reach a wider audience of potential customers? BTM TV is supercharging your business at very affordable prices. Grab the opportunity and advertise with the fastest growing channel and tap into our vast audience. Find us at Aga House Level 2, Mawanda Road, Kamocha, or our social media platforms at BTM TV, or call us on 0755 823 228 or 0793 001 858. BTM, we transform.
You are most welcome once again from a short quick break. I hope you've taken some fruit, some juice, some glass of water, some glass, whatever you have, but make sure it's a healthy drink or food. We are back once again and want to discuss about the diseases that are related to WASH. What could be those diseases that are placing the public, that are placing the general environment about WASH, or they are related to water, hygiene and sanitation. We are trying actually to bring to you this show because actually today I have seen KCCA has launched the general management of Kasasiro, like general management of general cleaning, related such thing, because literally when you observe the disposing of the waste materials, especially the kitchen waste on the general roads, public places, it's very alarming and very bad. So, Madam Nora, you once again must come from the break. Kindly take us through the diseases that are related to water, sanitation and hygiene.
Thank you, moderator. Once again, thank you for watching in. We thank you very much, our viewers. What you have talked about, sanitation, actually, when you look at in cities, urban centers, the major problem that is disturbing them in relation to WASH is waste management, especially the solid waste management. The liquid waste, they have tried with support from National Water. What is still the biggest problem is solid waste management. Like you said, what are some of the diseases that are related to WASH? For those who have just tuned in, we said WASH is a strategy. It is water, sanitation and hygiene. That is majorly that is a strategy that is a key to disease prevention. And most of the diseases globally, even in Uganda here, if we take like Uganda, most of them are related to WASH, water, sanitation and hygiene. The diseases that come when water is not safe, not wholesome water. We have diarrhea, we have diarrhea related diseases, where we have typhoid, we have cholera, we have dysentery, we have we have majorly. Then we have the diseases that come when we use very little water, when we don't have access to enough water, especially where people, these ones majorly also get the skin related diseases, because people don't have enough water to bathe, to wash themselves, to wash clothes, to wash the utensils they have. Somebody will just get a plate, clean it with a hand, then keep it and use it for the next meal. Because they are trying to save water.
Or they just wipe it.
They just wipe. And once you keep the utensils just like that, they are not washed, then you have given room for the microorganisms to breed on them, to grow on them. So the next time you use it, you get the infection. Then we also have we have those diseases that come when when you look at our personal hygiene. Yes, because hygiene also is under wash. You look at oral hygiene. You look at you have not catered for the eyes. You have not catered for the hair. The nails. You know, generally the personal hygiene. Then there are also those diseases which the diseases we get when you have not practiced the better home sanitation. Yes, home sanitation. What we call an ideal homestead. If you really reach somebody's home and it is really an ideal homestead, it has all the components which entails for somebody to improve sanitation. Somebody has a house where you can sleep. That house has proper air lighting and ventilation. It has the windows, it has the vents. You know, but you find that where people are staying, there is no air lighting and ventilation. Some of them have windows are back to back. They don't serve the purpose. They don't serve the purpose as to why the window was put. You look at where people are staying, where children are sleeping, you know, even if you don't have expensive things, you have one bed sheet, keep the bed sheet clean, wash it, okay? Because some of those bed sheets, when children urinate, then flies come on them, then the flies bring out locally, let me say, the maggots. So normally in the local, let me say like that. So they enter into children and they cause a condition, the condition that we call myiasis.
What is that?
That is, you know, when children urinate and you know the parents or the caretakers have not bothered to keep these beddings dry. So when they don't keep the beddings dry, the flies come and they lay eggs there. When they lay eggs, then those eggs will now mature into what people have seen as maggots. So they enter through the skin. Okay, you find that children have developed that condition called myiasis. That is all, you know, hygiene in the house, inside the house. Then you come to the place where people cook from. Ideally, somebody should have a kitchen to prepare food.
But in Kampala, we don't have a kitchen, is it?
At least people have stores, where there's
and the house that has that store is also charged differently. So you find most of us or people are cooking on verandas.
True.
Next is a toilet, next is a shower room, next is a trench of water.
True.
And so much more.
And so much more. And now if you look at this dry spell that we had, somebody is preparing food from the veranda. All the dust will bring all its dirt into the food that somebody is preparing. So somebody will not take charge either to cover the food. So if you look at all that, that one also brings diseases. It makes our food contaminated. If you look at, you know, people look at some of these things and just take them for granted.
Ignore them.
They ignore. At least somebody should have a drying rack somewhere where to dry plates after washing. Why do we do that? Because the sun rays, they kill some of the microorganisms that would be in the water that you have used while we're washing the plates.
Okay.
Because remember, when you're washing the plates, we don't use boiled water. Some of the people get water from trenches, anywhere.
Oh,
they
right.
come and wash plates, then they keep. So it would be better if at least you dry. Those sun rays kill some of those microorganisms, which would have been into the water that you used.
Okay.
Yes. That is all home hygiene. Then drinking water. People should have clean utensils where they keep water for drinking. You have boiled your water, but you have not kept it safely. You have not covered it. So it is as good as taking unboiled water. Then we have people have resorted to having jerry cans, because the jerry cans, they have the tops to cover. It is okay, but it is not advisable to put very hot water into that jerry can. Boil the water, leave it to cool, then put it in the jerry can. But have boiled water and put it in a place where children can access it, where a child can get a cup and open, then put water for herself. Don't keep water for adults. That water is for visitors. That water is for your dad. That's when children will keep on getting that water from anywhere and take. But put that container for water, and you say this is water for drinking. Show it to children, and you tell them when you're using it, get a clean cup, open here, take the water, put the cup this side.
I have seen advanced even water systems where there are big bottles and they have even electric what? Yeah, I visited one of my friends.
Yes.
And I was shocked.
Yes.
So it's one of the new technologies actually on the ground. They just press there and nice water comes.
True.
And at first even I didn't know how to use it. So actually people are innovative.
People are very innovative.
So
people are very innovative when it comes to improving. Actually, that is also good. So what we encourage is having that safe water. That is home sanitation. Sanitation in our homes. Sanitation in our homes. Disease prevention, what we are talking about is disease prevention through hygiene practices. Through hygiene practices. Wash, water, sanitation, and hygiene practices. That is a key for all of us. It is a key for all of us towards preventing diseases.
Madam Nora,
Yes.
what could be the information to these primary schools? Primary schools, some serve breakfast and lunch and find maybe their cooking areas, the children, sometimes children, I think they get some diarrhea. How should they maintain the food hygiene, the proper management of Kasasiro the children have corrected? How should they?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamara. And actually, when you look at, we have a program which we call the school health. We have what we call school health. And school health has the WASH program. And we have encouraged the owners of the schools and the government to provide WASH tools to these schools, because those tools are there, they are available. And we have always encouraged the schools to have sanitation clubs. Let these children control their sanitation hygiene in their schools. Let them have it as themselves. Children, actually not only in schools, but they are key agents, change agents as far as sanitation is concerned.
Actually have seen, PSI Uganda?
Yes.
PSI Uganda, I have seen they have advanced their hand washing, and into primary schools they are making those poems, they are making those dances in relation to hand hygiene with soap. PSI Uganda is promoting it at a high speed, and I like it so much.
Yes, want to thank PSI Uganda and all other other NGOs and programs that have come up to improve sanitation in schools.
The UNICEF.
The UNICEF. They have very good programs that have come up to improve sanitation in schools. So we have encouraged schools to have the sanitation clubs, to have sanitation teachers trained on sanitation, to have children themselves trained on sanitation and control the sanitation in schools. We have encouraged schools to have place containers and all jerry cans. Others have adopted to have the they have treated water, and they have made drinking water safe for children. Then we have also encouraged, when it comes to people that prepare food for children, schools are encouraged to medically examine these cooks, let me say the cooks or the food handlers in schools, to examine them, because this person can even be clean outside, but when he has another disease which can be which is communicable, and this can be transmitted to the children when preparing food, either can cough, like tuberculosis can cough, you know, and then you find that all the children they get the infection.
Surely.
Yes.
And actually, I have learned very many things from today's session in regard actually to this NGO. It has again encouraged people to carry tissues in their pockets or a handkerchief and learn how to sneezing through the handkerchiefs. You be there in the public, a person just says and you imagine he didn't use a tissue or a handkerchief.
Exactly. You are very right. And we have encouraged, or even the public, not even only children. This one has been even done to the person whom you see that this one is really an adult and this person cannot even do this. Such that this infection is kept to yourself. You contain it to yourself. We have seen where people clean nose with hands. Then after they shake. Yes.
That's it earlier.
Yes, you have cleaned the nose with...
You have to hand wash.
Then you... So those are all behaviors, habits, okay, which have to be adopted. Which have to be adopted. So that's why we said earlier that access to sanitation hygiene is not enough, but improve behavior. Behavior is very important.
Okay.
So when it comes to managing waste, solid waste, we have encouraged them to have dustbins in different corners and label them. Then have the talking compound, you know, hygiene.
What is a
and
talking compound?
You put posters which have those messages. Which have those messages.
I understand.
Hygiene and sanitation for all. Improve sanitation. Don't dispose anywhere. Yes.
Okay.
Dispose waste safely. Yes. Drink safe water. Wash hands before you eat. Wash hands after visiting the toilet. Yes. So you make the compound a talking compound, such that we can improve and remind the children and even the teachers. Yes, we keep on reminding ourselves every time. Every time we keep on reminding ourselves. Don't schools should not do away with the school health parades. At least have a health parade either every Monday or every Friday. It can be Monday and Friday, such that when they go home, you still tell them, you are going home, don't forget that you have been washing hands from the toilet. As you go home, please do this and this.
Okay.
When you come back on Monday, we shall, you know.
Thank you so much, Madam Narubiri Nora. It has been an extensive topic about WASH, which is water, sanitation and hygiene. And as we commemorate the sanitation week that passed by 21st of March 2023, As we intend to close our program, want to thank our online viewers. Want to thank Muhumuza Bosco, who has been here watching and commenting. Want to thank also Edzwa. Edzwa is a senior nutritionist. Want to thank you so much for watching us live. Want to also thank Okero. Yes, Okero is also watching us on our Facebook pages, and so much more who are watching us from all walks of life. Want to thank you so much. Want to just give a last call to government. Madam Nora,
Yes.
what's your first and last statement to the government about WASH and its implementation by strengthening this system?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to remind our viewers that sanitation is dignity. If you have improved sanitation, you have the dignity. My call could be to the government is to increase access to safe drinking water. Increase access to safe drinking water, and also should improve collaboration and coordination, especially when in planning with other stakeholders. That is very important. When the government is planning for water sanitation and hygiene, we should improve collaboration with other stakeholders.
Okay.
I thank the Ministry of Health now, because like if you look at schools, if they give us such programs, of course we have a curriculum which will follow, especially in training. But some of these, especially the materials or the strategies that come in, we teach them in what we call the hidden curriculum. So we can pass this on to the students, because these are the people now who are going to implement and improve water sanitation and hygiene. So that's why I thank the ministry this year for taking the day to School of Hygiene in Bali. It is a mother school. At least that is good, because the schools are stakeholders in this, especially these schools that are training environmental health workers who are key in improving sanitation and hygiene.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think we also thank these media houses, and the government should really, I don't know, we thank the media houses, because I can't imagine how many thousands we have reached to.
Very many.
Yes, very many. So the government, because we are also stakeholders in this, so I want to thank you very much. I want to thank BTM. Thank you very much.
Kind of send your regards to your girls and your family.
Somebody was even saying that I watched your status, and the status said my daughter's my life. I send greetings to my children. They are watching me. I send greetings to the person, Bambi, the caretaker I left behind. I thank you for hosting me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Narubiri Nora. She's a senior environmental health specialist, and we've been discussing about WASH, where I've looked on preventive, promotive, and actually at an individual, community, and household level, how we can promote good hygiene, good usage of water, and the practice and the behavior change, and actually what we can do, what we can implement, and your role and my roles and the government's role towards the implementation and the strengthening of these healthcare systems in relation to water, sanitation, and hygiene. We want to thank you so much for watching BTM Health. BTM Health airs single Friday 8 to 9 p.m. Bring to you fascinating health specialists across the country, and reaching out to multitudes and every person who'd love to know about their health, because literally your health is a priority. With me, Kamara Daniel, every single Friday 8 to 9 p.m. Don't always miss watching me, because I love you all. See you every next Friday. Bye bye.